Hey budgeteers, it's been a really long day and it's really late at night, but I wanted to make sure I had this video ready for you to go. Today was actually my birthday, and so we've been out celebrating, and I'm now just getting down to budgeting, and then I've got to get to bed so that we can have an awesome birthday weekend, I guess you could say, even though we're not really celebrating too much more of my birthday, but we will be celebrating the Chinese New Year. So that will be a good time, and we're excited to do that. So let's get down to budgeting and make this quick. This week you'll see a lot of the fun revolved around the birthday holiday budget, and so we will talk about that a lot in this video. I've already gone over to my bank and downloaded my bank transactions. You can see those here, and we'll be entering those into the expense tracker today. So without further ado, we'll go back and review a few things, and I did have some questions that came up on my budgeting last week that I'll go ahead and quickly answer. I said last week that we were negative $2,000 on my income right up front in the video, and somebody asked why I said that. The reason was because I had not made the full amount of my income that I was anticipating, so I was at a $2,000 deficit on my planned budget. However, the minute I entered in my actual earnings, that deficit went away and it became 4 cents. And the reason I have a negative $120 here on my savings is because I haven't actually moved that over. So until I actually move that into a savings account and it appears on my bank transaction list, it's always going to show negative because it hasn't actually happened. And that's the reason for that. Let's dive right in. So I'm going to jump over to the expense tracker here, and we'll count our transactions this week. We've got a count of 10. So we'll go ahead and add in 10 rows. We've got 4. We've got 8. And we've got 10 plus the additional row up top. All of these are January 2017. And we will jump over here and we'll look at these. So I've got 21, 24, 24. We'll enter those in first. All right, so let's go talk about some of these. So the first one, Maverick, that's going to be a gas charge. So we'll go ahead and move that over. Very simply, we will just paste the number here, and we're going to put that at car gas. And then let's jump back over and grab these two here. Now, this one is a deposit. This was actually a refund, and you'll see that it is actually not a great deposit. It's money that I have back, but it actually has a negative impact for a moment, and I'll show you how this works. So I will take that, and you'll notice it's a positive number, not a negative number. I will go ahead and plug it over just like I normally do. And over here, I'm going to put it in reimbursement because I do not want it to have any withholdings held from that. This is a mortgage return. And the reason why we got that is because our mortgage company decided that they had overbilled us in escrow, so they gave it back to us. But you'll see that that actually increased my payment over the long run. And I've talked to them about that, and we're trying to correct it. But at this point, it is what it is, and we're working with it in this month. So jumping back over, we'll keep going. I've got a Netflix bill, which comes through monthly. Very well planned for. Put that in here. No special notes. I'll know what Netflix means and is. And then we'll jump back over. We've got school and clothes, both on the 25th. So let's do both of those at the same time here. We will go ahead and enter those in. And 25, 25. So we had school. Oh, school was not a valid entry. So I don't remember exactly what I called the bucket. I can look for it here. And I've got, education is all I labeled it as. Clothes are there. So those ones both came through. I know my wife had let me know that she was going to be doing that. And then we've got a mortgage on the 26th, and then we'll leave all the rest of those since they all kind of go together a little bit on the 26th here. So we'll jump back over, paste that in, 26th, mortgage, and then we'll jump over here and we'll grab all 4 of these at one time. And we'll come back over and plug all of them in as the 27th. And this is where you'll see what started to happen. So first of all, holiday. This was my birthday dinner that we just had. And then we went out skating, which was actually a lot of fun. Check this out. Coming rollerblading at Starlight Skating for my birthday. Haven't been doing any rollerblading in a long time. Should be interesting. Looks like it's easier than I remembered. Here's my hot wife. I haven't been skating in forever, but that was a lot of fun for my birthday. And now, I'll enter in the expense for that. Well worth it. I almost typed skating. Again, this is holiday. And then these last two here, we'll put the last week in. So this is week 4. And let's pop up our calendar. So you can see this will be the last Friday. Oh man, look how late it is. This will be our last Friday in the month. So there will not be another weekly transfer until February. So we're now getting ready to close down our January budget. Then right here, this is where they are now billing me an extra $16.07 per month on my mortgage. And it's not that my rate went up or that I'm paying any extra. I'm actually now just going to be repaying this return all year if I don't somehow get it back into the account. We were too late as it came in on the 24th and the bill went out on the 26th. So I had to hurry and catch up on the 27th and make sure that that got in so that I wasn't late. But we will be trying to solve that. I'm not sure if I want to put that back in and stop that, or if I want to slowly put that back in and use this for investments in the meantime. But just so that you note, our mortgage will be off balance this month when we go to look at it. So now that we've got all of our expenses added into the expense tracker, we'll jump over to January and take a look. So here's where we're over on our mortgage. We've got $14.26 bigger than what I'd budgeted, which is actually smaller than what the actual deficit was, which is good. I had planned a little high. Our gas bill is over and our internet bill is over. And you'll notice our electricity, we've talked about that just recently in a video that I posted. So we know that's going to be over, which is not a great thing. But we are under on a few things so far. Our water bills come in under, and we've got our Netflix bill has come in a little bit under. So we're just waiting to see how all of that pans out, and we will begin to put together February in the next video, which will be awesome. So looking at our buckets, again, these don't change no matter what we do. Our last week has been entered in, so we're now zeroed out. Everything flows right across there. And now I have extra income. The reimbursement came through, so that income will give us a nice boost at the end in our actuals, but really I don't want to use that money because it's going to go back into the mortgage all year. So I've got to figure out what I want to do with that, and I'll probably decide this week and let you know next time. So looking at that, we are currently sitting at $621.35 in our overage this month, which is great. We are currently on track to do well, but there are a few things that still need to come through. Cell phone bill, electricity bill, and that looks like about it in terms of the bills. So that's good. We're ahead of the game. Jumping to our bucket accounts, you'll see here we put a lot more into the holiday, so now our holiday budget is almost zero. This is our time of birthdays. And then our car repair is zeroed out. Education is zeroed out. We're right on plan with that one. And car gas, we're luckily under. We've got some big road trips coming up, so that will start to be diminished a lot. Clothing, we had a couple of hits, so that's good. And again, this bucket here is currently in the positive, which is wonderful. So that is our budget. We're making it right now. Our buckets are balanced. We don't have any that are in the negative, so that's good. That's always where you want to be. And that's budgeting for this week. Thank you so much for joining me in week 4 budgeting. I'm sorry if you feel any rush from me. I'm trying to make sure that I get my budget done as well because we are leaving for the weekend and I do not want to feel like I'm behind. I want to know right where our buckets are so that we can get down and we can travel and have everything that we need at our fingertips to know how much money we actually have to spend on our trip. So everything should be good there. And I'm glad that we're budgeted together. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below, and we will make sure that we're discussing things about our budgets. So if you have questions, ask them. If you see anything that I've done here that you have questions about, or maybe you want to guide me in another direction, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on how you feel about budgeting today. And we will see you next time, Budgeteer. For watching, I'm extremely glad to have you here. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up. For more awesome videos, make sure you are subscribed.